it's Margie from Margieless Creations, and welcome to my Learn to Crochet videos. So in this series you've learned a lot about crocheting, and so this is just another video to help you learn how to improve some of your techniques. So in this video we're going to be going over how to shape a doll's face. On this video we're going to be going over face shaping, so how to make your doll's face have definition. So adding a nose, adding a lip, adding dimples if you want to. And so this technique is good for any crocheted, knitted project. You can even use this technique for shaping with cloth dolls as well. So I've got a child here that I'm going to be working with. So to start off with, I like using 3 different sizes of needles. So you've got your regular darning needle. It's got a large eye. And then there's what's called a tapestry needle. It's round, and so it's easier for going in and out of tight areas. Then I like using a larger needle. This can be called a quilter's needle or a leather worker's needle. You can get them from about 6 to 8 inches long, and I really like it because it's able to get through the whole entire shape of the head if you need it for that. So let's get started.
Okay, so first of all, you want to sew down any extra pieces that you have. I'm going to start off with putting on the upper lids and then the lower lids, and then I'm going to work on shaping the nose and the mouth, and then I'll add on the extra pieces. So you can see here, I've got it pinned on there, just the upper lid. And this is why I like to use the tapestry needle or the upholstery needle to do this, because it just goes in and it pulls up, and you can get smaller sections, and it's really easy to get those tight areas around the eyes. I've got the upper and lower lids sewn on here, leaving the long ends out. And the safety pin is in the middle, marking the middle of my nose from when I crocheted. I like to place straight pins around his nose so I can see the outline of what it looks like. I use the straight pins and pin the outline of his nose so you can kind of see what it's going to end up looking like. You want to put your pins about 3/4 of the way up. And then I want to put pins on the bottom of my nose here, and take the safety pin that's marking the middle of my nose out. You also want to mark his mouth as well. You kind of want to go about 4 rows below the edge of the nose, and then place the pins where his eyes line up. So this one here lines up here, and then we want the other one around here. Now this is where I use the long needle. We'll work from one side to the other side, sort of forming a zigzag to make the nose stand out. I'm going to go in right about here and come out on the other side over here and pull it out. Then just go a little bit down and come out again on the other side and give it a good tug. So again, that's just a small little stitch in and out the other side. And give it a good tug again. So zigzag back and forth. And you can see how when you tug it tight like this, that gives you a little bit more of the shape there. Again, that's a little bit of a stitch here and over to the other side. We're going to continue zigzagging like this and pulling tight until we get to the bottom of the nose. Now we have the sides of our nose finished. So I'm just going to go up from the bottom of the nose and into the top corner of the nose. Then just a little stitch over and then straight down to the bottom of the nose. So going up from under the nose up to the top of the nose. And when you're at the top of the nose, you want to pull it, and that starts forming that line at the bottom of the nose. So then a small stitch over, down, and don't tug too much when you're at the bottom. Continue going up and down, tugging tight when you're at the top. You can see how that last tug really made the nose form. You can weave in any ends that get too small to continue to work with and to grab another one, or add in another thread or yarn. If you're working with a cloth doll or a doll where you're going to be adding hair on, you can go straight through the back of the head with your long needle or up to the top of the head. But because I'm not doing that with this doll, I'm just going to continue working into the corner of his eyes, and then I'm going to go down into the corner of his mouth here. Then I'm going to go over just a tiny little bit and go back up into the same corner of the eye. I'm going to pull it tight. See how that pulls up? That's going to form the upper lip. You're just going to want to keep doing the same thing, going to the corner of the eye, then back down, making sure you're getting into that same row of stitches. You can continue going into the same corner of the eye, or you can go over to the other corner of the eye, or you can go out of the top of the head, the back of the head, whatever you need to get the shape you're wanting. And that's why it's really good to have your long needle. I'm sorry if it's kind of hard to see. It just makes sure that you're getting into that right stitch along the bottom of the mouth there. I'm actually going to continue up through the inner corner of the eye here, but you can go wherever you need to. Okay, so I'm going to go a little closer to the eye so that brings that eye in a little bit. You can go back up to the top of the nose. And go into the mouth. And then I'm going to work my way over to the other eye, pulling to get the shape that I want. So you can see here I've got his mouth all shaped. The eyes are shaped and the nose is shaped. So then you're going to pin on the mouth. You can pin him so he's smiling or frowning. You can totally have fun with your dolls. Then I'm going to pin on the eyebrows and sew them down. If you want to make wrinkles on the forehead, you would use the same technique that we did for using the nose, going over about 2 rows, and you just want to zigzag them together, and that's going to help you form the wrinkles of his forehead. Someone was asking me about how to add some hair tufts to him. It's actually quite easy to do. So I'm just going to use some white thread here, some white yarn here, and you can make your strings however long you want them. I'm just going to kind of wrap it around my hand a little bit here, but you can wrap them around something longer to make them long if you'd like it. Okay, I'm just going to cut it in half. So now I've got a couple of loose little threads here. This is really easy for you to do. You just take your crochet hook and insert it into a stitch like this. Then take the thread and hook it and pull it through. So now we've got the loop here and the loose ends here. You just want to pull the loose ends through the loop and pull it tight. If you want, you can go through and separate all of the little threads out. Once you've got all of your hair done, you can give him a haircut. So there you go. You can see I've got my finished doll all shaped. You can really see the definition of his nose and his lips and his eyes, and that gives him such a beautiful look. I'd love to see what you guys make with this face shaping techniques. Please share your work with me on my social media, Instagram or Facebook, and you can even join our Facebook group, Sparkle and Doom Designs and Margieless Creations Crafty Community.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it really helped you guys learn something new. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to be posting a lot more videos. So yeah, I guess you guys will see me on the next video. Bye. So in this series, you have learned a lot of stuff about crocheting and knitting. Oh wow, that's not supposed to be there. Where did my long needle go? Oh my goodness. So in today's lesson, I'm going to be going over how to